Walking through fire. I saw Paris is Burning when I was in my early 20s, and that was when I was first exposed to someone who helped me understand what it meant to be transgender. It was while watching this documentary that I was first able to relate to what I was feeling inside. I viewed the TV wide-eyed thinking, that's me. I watched the TV with a wonderment of possibilities and hope. Anyone that knows this iconic documentary also knows that it depicts the fragility of life and how hate and ignorance can cut down a young, vibrant life short. But as I stand here today, I think back to that documentary, showing the splendor of what it means to be transgender. Without that life-changing moment, I would not be where I am today. From the deepest fibers of my being, I thank those before me, making my life what it is today. People often say to me things like, "You're so brave and courageous to be who you are." To me, I don't see it like that. We are all just trying to be the best version of ourselves. Transitioning was something I had to do, just as I have to breathe air for survival. In my mind, if I was to think of bravery and courage, I immediately think of the exceptional people who have come before us and immensely changed and paved the way for progress. We use a candle with a flame to pay respect, honor, and most of all recognize the beauty that our fallen family members possess. Although these individuals may not be with us in the physical form, they are always with us here. My belief is that when someone has touched us deeply as they have, they are forever a fiber of our being. They are the sun that shines on our face, the breeze that blows through our hair. They are responsible for many smiles on our faces, but most of all, they will forever be the fire in our hearts. A wise person once told me that the journey of transitioning for a transgender individual is equivalent to walking through fire. I can tell you that it was indeed the equivalent of the aforementioned. It was the most arduous and difficult thing I have ever done in my life. Being transgender is not the totality of who I am as a person, but it has shaped who I am today. It is the fire and strength that burns in my essence. When we think of fire, we think of heat, its explosive nature, destruction, annihilation, and devastation. Think, if you will, after the roaring, lashing flames subside, first to a slow burn, to glowing embers, to smoldering particles, and then the finality of ash. In the wake of this force, we think all is lost. Think, if you will, a forest burned, charred, stark, and bare. Wikipedia defines fire in this way. Fire is a rapid oxidation of material in the exothermic chemical process of combustion, releasing heat and light. Light. Yes, fire has the ability to destroy, but it also has the ability to fortify, forge, make things stronger, and illuminate. After a forest fire, it will remain barren for some time, but then one day, growth comes from the ash. At first, one solitary, tenacious sprout breaks the charred mantle. Sprouts of growth, fresh, green, vibrant, alive, and full of hope, begin to emerge from the charred landscape. We marvel at the fortitude of this growth and its ability to rise and become anew under such harsh circumstances. It is this rebirth of life that gives us hope that all is not lost. It shows us that even in the face of adversity, there is the promise of rebirth and blossoming. Yes, we have lost many beautiful angels in our community, but for me, I prefer to think of them like I think of those beautiful sprouts, for their strength is the very thing that fortifies us today. Today we may be heavy of heart because of loss, but I want those we love to know that they are not forgotten. They are the reason we are here, to honor, love, keep in our hearts, the reason we smile upon heaven. Thank them for the wisdom they have bestowed upon us, but most of all, we're here to express gratitude for touching all our lives and being the catalyst for change. Their demise has not been for naught. After our loss, we can feel them. This, before us is very much like that tenacious little growth. Small at first, then it grows, it gets stronger, it becomes fortified, changed, wiser. We thank them for being the fires of change that burn in all of us. As I stand before you today, my mind wanders to that moment some years ago when I saw my first transgender sister, and my heart swells with gratitude. To all those we have lost, I am forever indebted to you, and you will always be in my heart.